so glad to see all of you. I told sweet Jill that I would continue her coaching in here because I was like, guys, the Facebook group call is starting. So I was like, oh no, we need to continue this call. But I don't see her right now. So maybe she'll jump in a minute. But in the meantime, which of you two lovely humans? Oh, here she is. Just gonna feel free to raise your hand though. Get in the queue because I want to coach all of you today and give you some awesome coaching. And Jill, why don't you go ahead and start us off with a win? Because I promised you that I would finish your coaching in here.
Okay, hi. Okay, a win is that let's see. Okay, another win. I guess the win is that I did a co-working session on Sunday and it was or Saturday and it was really helpful and yeah, and things are looking up. I'll start
I'm
with that.
so, I'm so proud of you. And I know that we need, actually, Shelly, this is going to be super helpful for you because we were talking about um, what to post and what to email after a webinar. So, Jill, is that still, I was like, I think just
Yeah.
finishing these up would be helpful.
Yes.
Okay, so typically what I do after a webinar, if I'm doing an evergreen, like a monthly webinar, what I do is I send 3 emails. Now, Shelly, I know you got 10, but I typically on regular nurture webinars is we've got after we do a bonus 48-hour like special opt-in, then we do the consult, what happens on a consult, and then we do a frequently asked questions one. So, did you read over the emails? Did you see them yet?
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
I
I
was
can't
like,
multitask.
I was like, I got you, girl. Like, I usually don't share my screen during these calls, but I feel like it'll be easier. So, this was the first email, super quick. Then, this was the post. I want to reach out about a special opportunity that's only available through Friday. If you've been thinking about taking your social media strategy to the next level without the stress and overwhelm, now is the perfect time to schedule a consultation for my 6-month one-on-one coaching program at Big Alchemy. This is another cookie cutter program. It's designed for you and your business goals. Together, we'll create a strategy that feels sustainable, attracts to clients, and gets results. Here's the special part. Anyone who schedules a consult by Friday will get the social media prompt planner. This planner will help you map out your prompts for the rest of the year. No more staring at a blank screen. I'll make it a little bigger, wondering what to share. You'll have a clear roadmap to share through the holidays into the new year with confidence. Whether you're struggling with consistency, feeling burned out by creation, or just not seeing the engagement you want, this consult will give us a chance to talk through exactly what's holding you back and how you can fix it. Schedule a free consultation using the link in comments or bio. If you are on um,
Wait,
LinkedIn, you can put
yeah.
in your consult. And then uh, um, DM me. I'm here to help. Okay. Any questions about this post?
No.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
And we even have your. Do you like that, or do you feel like we want to send it even more?
Um, I might change it to like maybe the same font or I use Lato and Play Playfair.
Lay down, play fair.
Yeah.
I think that one. If it's black, I think it looks better.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, play around with that, but that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you can either do a post or a reel, but then this is going to be the email.
Okay.
Amy's coming into. And I'm going to hit like all of you. And then it's social magazines. And I'm going to make this bullet points, um, not numbers.
Hmm.
And I read the whole last one aloud, but you guys can read this. I think this will be helpful. Um, I'm like skimming it in my head. Wait. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I think it's really great. And then I literally go, can you reframe this for a social media post? And you can either do a reel or a post, but I think it would be really easy for either way. What do you think?
Yeah,
Like it could
probably do.
even be like a trending reel.
Yeah, I'd probably do a reel because
And this is, I know I've shared this with you guys like ages ago, but I think I have like my saved, where do you see like the saved ones? Here. I know I sent this to you guys, but like you could do something like this where it's like if 2025 felt like this, it's really time for you to schedule a consult. Like, it's like something like that that's
yeah.
funny. I'll just put
How
this
do you
as
grab? I don't
inspiration
know
for
how to
you.
grab these. I would just have to make my own. See, I make it. I create everything.
I don't,
So
we're working
how
on
do you
that. We're
how
working
do you
on it.
share that with different words? Or
I've got a whole video for re how to remix reels for you
oh,
guys.
okay.
So I can send that to you. Sorry, guys, you don't typically get all this stuff, but I'm like, just for sake of time, because I know all four of you probably want to get some sort of coaching. I'm like, let me just share this with you real quick. You could also Google it.
Oh yeah, I can just Google.
It's like,
Oh, it's JFGI. Is that the website?
yeah, it's like a reel. I'm like, here we are. Boom. In here. And then let's just double check. Look, it's literally like the social media version. Beautiful. Post. And I genuinely think this sounds like you. Let me know if you think it doesn't, but I think that this would be helpful. And then um, your goals, your strengths, your audience, your schedule. Like, so good. Thank you, Claude. And then we just take this and we're like, hey, cool. And then I would just like ask, I'll say phenomenal. Great. Can you do the same turn into a post? And I would just do this as a post. But what if, like, and you can literally use like, but what if your Epic Alchemy questions answered? And I would literally do it like, but what if your questions answered? Like a simple Canva post. Not
Okay.
too crazy.
Okay.
Do I do this post? Trending, another post. And you're
Okay.
literally good for the week.
Okay. And then what if you would just do like all just the words for the post?
I would do the smaller font, like instead of Clyde Testimonial.
Yeah.
But what if all of your Epic Alchemy
Oh,
questions
okay.
answered
Okay.
before the year ends or something like that?
Yeah.
But boom, you, ma'am, are done. Lots of A-line
Okay.
stuff, but it's like I would do Canva static post. And then here's your post. What if I'm not consistent? What if I have a good following? What if I'm not good with social media?
Okay.
What about the investment? We'll talk openly about rules. No pressure to say yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. So
Great.
literally done.
Thank
I think
you.
for you, that's going to be so to do, send out emails and posts. And now we've got a system for it. Now we know that every time that you do a webinar from here on out, you just take that. Thank God for AI, guys. Like it can take all of your work and make it so fast and just be like, hey, can you customize it for this? Like literally make it for this webinar. Here's a new bonus, and here is the time of year. Here's the urgency and relevancy I want to bring to my audience. And then boom, you're done.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow.
Of
Okay.
course. I
So
this Our brains are designed to make things harder than they need to be. And that is why you pay me the big bucks.
yes.
To make things
Thank
easier
you.
than they need to.
Yeah, it'll be good to not recreate the wheel every single time, even for the same webinar with a few extra slides.
Well, and I want you to come in to like one of the other calls and let's do the pre ones too.
Oh,
So that way
yeah.
they're done before the February or sorry, January 15th.
Well, I was going to do another one in December.
That's what I meant, December 15th, not I said February and January, y'all. Pregnancy brain.
I would love to not do another one till February, but also still have clients.
Yes. I also just realized that I haven't told Shelly that. Or the people in the Facebook group. You're getting a little preview to the podcast next week. I'm pregnant. Woo! So whoops, that came out early. We should probably tell Rob's grandparents, but like it's fine. Everything is great, guys. Everything is fine. That's so funny. Hilarious. Thank you for all the love. That was really funny. I was like, yeah, that's a surprise for some. So here we are. But yeah, so I think that that would be great, and I can help you with the pre stuff for the December, my God, 15th webinar. It's December 15th or December 8th.
That's a good question. One of those, I think it's the
Mine's on
15th.
the 8th, but I think yours is the 15th.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm doing 2 weeks of open cart.
Yes, mine's the 15th.
Yeah.
I did put it on my calendar.
Yes, you did, girl. So think
Okay.
about what you want that top. I would just redo the same thing or confidence on camera
Yeah.
if you want to redo that one. And then
Yeah.
that cycle.
Okay.
But these were popular. So it's like that's why we cycled through the nurture topics to figure out what the people want. And when you figure out what the people want, you just give them more of that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Thank you.
Of course. So good. I'm so glad that you got coached on that. Okay, now I have three of you beautiful humans, Shelly, Jamae, and Amy. Amy, you were on the last call. Do you need some coaching? Yeah. I
That
saw
would
the
be
nod.
terrific. Yeah.
I was like, yep. And then Shelly or Janae at the bottom, you can raise your hand if or whoever wants coaching next, but go ahead and give us a win. What's been going on for you?
Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry, I'm sitting in my car. It literally just got dropped off by a semi from California like 7 minutes ago. So, but I'm here. Okay,
Stop
so
it till you've officially moved back to Charlotte.
yes, yes,
Oh my God. I'm
I
so
know it's
happy for
been crazy in a whirlwind, but here's my win. So, I had, and I manifested it the day before. I was like, okay, I've been posting the stupid book your reinvention blueprint here. I've been posting that link on like everything, every single thing I post, even if it doesn't make sense.
you. Yeah.
But I had a random consult booked, so I'm super excited for that.
What is it?
It's December 1st, which felt a little weird that it's so far out because I have plenty of openings in my schedule. But it's December 1st. So
Well, maybe they were moving too. Who knows?
who
Maybe
knows?
inspiration to them. I am so proud of you.
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
thank you. But so okay, so now I want all the consults.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. And I have something else, but we'll save it for next week. So yeah, let's just do consults today.
Okay. How to get more consults? Excellent question. So last week, well, for this week on the podcast, by the way, again, my brain is not as sharp as it usually is, but it's still pretty sharp. I am doing a webinar on December 8th, as I just mentioned. So that's what this topic of the podcast this week is. However, last week, and because you are in scaling systems, we are doing that challenge. And I had you guys, and again, there's no need to like for sure do the challenge,
Yeah,
but
I'm super behind on
no
yeah.
worries. That's why I was like, to clarify, no
Yeah.
need for any of that. But this challenge and last week's podcast coincided because it was about DMs and about a DM strategy.
Yeah.
I think that that would be, if you want to get consults fast, DMs, easiest, fastest way to do it. And
Okay.
there are three that I listed on the podcast, and then I just elaborate it in the challenge and have you guys make 10 DMs. Like I have you like create like a bunch of different ones, but we need a friends and family reach out. We need a business to business reach out, and then we need a new follower reach out. So if
Okay.
you guys haven't listened to the podcast, no worries. There's a download with it, but I'm going to show you an example with Amy if you guys have not done it. So for friends and family, I typically just have you guys say, and I'm literally going to pull up the worksheet from the website or the podcast so everyone can see it. It was episode 86, I think. It's like, I'm pretty sure it was yes, okay, episode 86, and I'll share my screen again. It's about like relationship-based sales and open versus closed questions. And then I talk about like, here's how to do soft, medium, and hard touch. But these are the examples. So I'm literally just going to pull this from the worksheet. If you need that whole podcast and all that jazz, I'll put that in the thingy too. But, and then I'm also, the notes for today, the notes for today are in bless it. I'm like, send help. These are the notes. And I put these notes in the chat, and then I'm going to put your responses in the chat too. And you can put this in your folder for like DMs responses. In fact, I'll show you where to do that. And again, for those of you that are not masterminders, I apologize. Show you get a lot of behind the scenes. You're seeing all the fun things that we do. Scaling. I'm just gonna show you where I would put it for you in your fourth folder.
Which Megan, I haven't done any of those, but it's fine.
know.
I'm here now. I
Yes.
get the keys to my new place on December 1st, so we're rolling after that.
Woo! We love it. I was gonna say 3 responses, just so that you have it in both places. Like you don't have to go back to this like Facebook group to find these. But we want to create one for your friends and family, one for business to business, and like the random sales DMs. This is the business to business one, and then we want to have one for new followers. So this is what I typically say to friends and family. Hey, hope you're doing great. Just a heads up. I don't know if you've seen my post. I know you've coached for a while. So I would say like I created a new program called the Reinvention Blueprint is what I would say.
Perfect.
A new pro 6 or 4 months.
6
Month one-on-one coaching program called the Reinvention Blueprint. Do you want to say it's for like women? Do you want to say like, do you want to clarify, or do you want to just say it's the Reinvention Blueprint? Either way.
Is it best to say who it's for? So like, what in the hell's the Reinvention Blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you say?
So I work with women over 40 to navigate all of the midlife transitions. You tell me.
I like that.
It started off as, your post-divorce Reinvention Blueprint, but I don't want to turn anyone away, which I know is the battle of like, well, but you have a niche. So a little cognitive dissonance there, maybe.
I don't think so, because I think that you can help people not going through divorce.
Yeah. I have a lot of career pivot and divorce. Those tend to be the two biggest.
And I think that you clarify that by saying that like transitions.
Okay.
And I would just add in here. If you know of anyone who could use this, the way I typically get started with people is by booking a complimentary consultation where we'll talk about where they are now, comma, where they want to be 6 months from now, comma, and if this would be a good fit for them.
Love it.
For them. The like talk type was too catchy. But this is what I would do. I typically start with Boom. Um, here's the link for here's the link for the consult. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have an incredible week! Exclamation mark.
Okay.
Easy. But I would just send this out to friends and fam. Anyone on Facebook that you know.
Okay.
Then, inevitably, there are going to be people who are trying to sell you something. Like, that's just, if you listen, you're a business owner, no randos are actually getting these kind of like, do you want 1,000 followers messages? But they do. So what we do is we literally take this exact same thing and we say, hey, I appreciate you reaching out. I'm good for now, but I actually help. I actually have a program. It's called this. If you know of anyone who could use this, let me know if you have any questions. And I'm happy to refer people back to you.
Okay. I actually just did this like an hour ago. I got an outreach from somebody I kind of sort of know from networking, and they're doing an event for business owners with the revenue over $1 million, which I'm obviously not there. But I said, hey, but I work with new entrepreneurs over 40. So as you're sending this message out and you come across people that aren't quite there yet, send them my way.
So good. And you can change it like
Yeah.
that, especially if you find people that are like real humans that are not weirdos.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in an unkind way.
No.
That sounded literally so judgmental. Forgive me, friends. But like, you know what I mean? Like when you find people that seem like a bot, that's what I mean to clarify. There might be people who are just really bad at DMs, and that's okay too. That's not who I mean by weirdos. The weirdos, I mean literally like the people who are probably using an AI bot to just spam message people.
Right.
But you can use that for you, because if you post in ghosts, then the algorithm doesn't put you out. So I think that at least we use even the spammy spams for you. And then new followers. This is where we have to come up with a closed-ended question for you. So that means that it's a simple question that can either be a quick answer or something that is related to your niche. So for you, my friend, who would be a good, like, what is an easy way to get started with people? Are all of your people
So on
moms?
Facebook, I have, because I've moved so much, I've just like friended. If I see somebody that we have like 5 or more mutual friends, I just click add friend add. So I've gotten like an extra 1,200 followers in the past few weeks just by doing that. So
Wow.
I don't know them.
Okay, so those people, we're gonna make a new message for those people.
And let me clarify, not followers on Instagram, Facebook friends. I spend most of my time on Facebook. I'm trying to transition that.
Yep. So we're gonna have a message for those people too. So these new followers and friends are people who you didn't specifically reach out to.
Yeah.
So these people are great. So we can just say if like started following, this is how you guys build a bigger following. Is you say this. I did this all the time too. It's a great way. Hey, I saw that we have a mutual friend. Definitely didn't mean to creep, but I wanted to introduce myself and just say, hey, I'm Amy. Sorry for being the random stranger on your Facebook, LOL. Like something like that. And then sometimes I ask a question, sometimes I don't. But I think that's the way that I typically go about it. Or that it's like, and then I would maybe, like, if I was doing this, and I literally would do this when I didn't have a big following, and I would be like, the life coach school is where I got certified. So I would just go to the life coach school and be like, hey, it's like, sorry, didn't mean to creep. I saw that you followed the life coach school. I actually got certified there back in 2020. Are you potentially certified by the life coach school as well?
Okay.
So
So
literally, I would be like, I literally creeped on you. I'm not going to hide it. Sneaky doesn't sell. And I would literally be like, hey, hope that we can like have some sort of connection here.
Should I not be doing that random ad just because we have mutual friends, but like zero idea who each other are?
I did, and I think it worked out really well for me. I find it better when there's a mutual like point that's like a group or a person that you're following. I've had people do this. They're like with like Eckhart Tolle. They're like, I just think he's a great philosopher. I've had people do it with like local networking groups because then it starts a conversation in a better way. But for your Facebook friends, I would just be like, do you know her from I know her from boot camp. How do you know Jennifer?
Okay.
Or it's like how do you like that's how I would start it is like just introducing yourself and being like it's like I met her like I love her and I figure any friend of hers is a friend of mine. It's like I met her through Burn Boot Camp and she was just like the greatest instructor ever. Did you go to Burn too or are you friends from some other avenue? But I would say I would still introduce yourself and just being like, sorry for being the random stranger, like
I
friend from
like that.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You could leave it there or ask a question. And I usually send them this in a video. Like
Ah,
so that way I'm like, hey, it's like not to be a weirdo, but I was definitely being a weirdo. And it's like then people usually like chuckle and they're like, oh, she's a normal person. Like I would have talked to her more.
okay. Yeah, I like the
You
video
know?
idea too, right?
I think that would be good. And then people will start following. So I would say start following. That's one. I would say if you follow, or it's like you could do literally what I did, like, hey, I got certified. Are you certified? Like that could be a good one. You could do like for groups or like individuals that have a big following. You could totally do that with them too, and just like ask like intro slash introduce and then ask question. Same kind of deal, but this is another really great avenue. Again, or like Facebook
Mhm.
groups. Again, a lot of people are like they have like a no DM policy depending on the group. You just have to read the group.
Okay, so speaking of Facebook groups, I have I started a Facebook group for it was mindset coaching for new entrepreneurs, and I've pretty much ghosted it the past couple weeks, probably a few weeks.
Okay.
Um, so to jump back in there, and then I thought about doing a little audio message to send because it didn't even welcome every person when they came in. It was very poorly done. So to try to jump back in and maybe send an audio message to each member, there's like maybe 140 people in it, um, and just send an audio message to each to kind of restart that group. What do you think?
Obsessed. And I want a
Okay.
strategy for that group. I think that we can use that for you if you already have a group. Like, what were you posting it before? It's okay if you ghosted it. Also, totally fine.
Yeah,
It
it's
happens
probably been
all
3 weeks since I've posted it all, and I was
the
posting
time.
maybe 2 to 3 times a week prior to that.
Yeah.
So, just some basic mindset stuff, some questions like a Monday magic moment, a video here and there about this is what I'm going through. Here's how I handle it. What's been your challenge? I've had zero interaction
Yeah.
from people in the group. I'm sure a lot of them are friends and family that just saw the
Yeah.
request, right?
Um, mindset. I would say for the people who are friends and family, send this bad boy
Okay.
and be like, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. I know that you joined that Facebook group. Like, I would do this for them.
That's great. I love that. Yeah.
Like, it's like for friends and family that are in there. Like, I wanted to thank you for joining my Facebook group. Your support means the world to me. And then just say the same thing. Like,
Mhm.
just a heads up. Like, I'm gonna start, you could even say, like, I'm gonna start posting in there more frequently.
Okay. I would like to start doing a weekly live coaching in there too. But I have to create some momentum and some
Yeah.
connection to have anyone, right, that's going to want to show up to be coached.
Question for you.
Mhm.
I changed the name of my group. So it used to be, well, like So I've had two groups now, this group, and then I had a free group that was for people, anyone and everyone. And I changed it from being general to niche
Okay.
down to business. I think you unniche this and you talk about reinvention.
Okay. That's people aren't going to be put off by that. Like, wait, I clicked
They
okay
were,
because you said it was for entrepreneurs.
they were a little bit, but I just told them like because your offer isn't going to change to coaching, business coaching, unless you want it to, which is totally fine if you want
No,
it to.
not yet. I want
Yeah,
to hit a certain milestone right before I start doing that.
I feel it. So I would say, hey, I initially thought I was going to be helping entrepreneurs, but I realized that like my passions, I did this with Jill, actually. Jill she literally did the exact same thing. She was a business coach and on niche
Okay.
too. So she does Epic Alchemy and it's all general coaching. But she was like, I started this entrepreneur group because I felt like this was the direction I was going to go in. And now I'm transitioning it to be a
Mhm.
reinvention blueprint.
Which several of my
And
clients have stepped out of 9 to 5s into entrepreneurship. So I can add that in there too, right? This can be part of
absolutely.
your reinvention.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what I would do for you to do, I'm going to put a little to do here. And I promise I'll actually put this in your actual thing. But I would rebrand the
Okay.
Facebook group. And each week I would talk about a pillar.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know what pillars are, it's intangible results that you create with your offer. So do you remember off the top of your head? It's okay if you don't.
Yeah, confidence, relationship, decision making. That's what I got at this moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I slept about 3 hours the past 3
No,
nights. So
Mark,
I know
you just
I know
got
you're
in your,
feeling exhausted.
but like, look at you showing up. This is six-figure CEO energy. Like, I am so proud of
I
you.
also have a
It's
patient in like 15 minutes. So
fabulous.
we got this. We got this.
We're gonna wrap this right up. So you talk about a different pillar. I would do the same pillar you're doing for your weekly social media.
Yeah. Okay.
Just really like reiterate the same topic,
Mhm.
and you could ask a question about each. Like you could ask a question about question of the week and choose. And if I were to choose about these pillars, if we've got confidence, relationships, and decision making, you can create a question per pillar. Like relationships, like I would say that could be an easy one.
Especially with the holidays, right? Like,
Yep.
does Aunt Jane make you cringe every time you walk in the door knowing she's going to ask you why you haven't had a baby yet or whatever?
That's quite literally the perfect post
Okay.
for the questions. We want to keep it a smidge more general. So I would say, like, if you are doing a topic, let's say boundaries,
Okay.
and or maybe it's like regulating when Aunt Jane asks you the question, I would be like, hey, because typically for the closed-ended questions, I usually do what's called soft touch. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about and you're like, Megan, I swear you're speaking German right now.
It's in your
I do.
podcast, right?
It's in the podcast. So like feel free to listen. I swear I give you all this information in the podcast.
Sweet.
But I usually go a little bit softer instead of being like, hey, like a medium touch would be um are you struggling with topics for your social media? Like yes or no. Do you see how I'm like immediately asking them a pain point? I avoid doing that always. Most of the time at the beginning, I usually go a softer touch, which asks something that's more like just more objective circumstance. So I typically would be like, hey, do you typically post in the morning or evening?
So that would be your soft touch.
Soft touch, closed ended. So
Okay.
I would ask a soft touch relationship question. You could ask immediate. So I'm just going to write this down for you and everybody to
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying is like the medium touch would be like, it's like, are you going to any holiday events with some, like, let's say, interesting family members, question mark, exclamation mark.
Like the interesting, yeah.
You see how I'm like interesting, we'll say interesting family members. It's like that we're talking all about that in the Facebook group this week. I've had so many situations where I've had to learn how to regulate my nervous system in these crazy social situations. And that's what I'm going to be talking all about this week, exclamation mark. A soft ended question is like an example, just so you guys can see it, is hello, dear friend. I'm so glad that you are part of this Facebook group. This week, we are talking all about how to navigate some uncomfortable social situations. Are you going to any social events over the holidays this year? Question mark. And I would just say navigating some social situations. You notice I'm not even saying uncomfortable. Notice I'm like literally keeping it as neutral as could be.
Yeah. But the word navigating gives you an indication, right? Like
Yeah.
it requires some effort. Yeah, that's good.
So it's like this is just seeing like it's like, but then all they're doing is they're saying yes or no.
Okay.
And then that's the 10 things I was saying you build on for the challenge is it's like then you add on from there and you say, oh, it's like totally it's like yeah, I'm going to Jersey to visit my family and say, okay, amazing. It's like I know when I always went to visit my family, there was typically like one family. That's when you get into more of a medium, but you always share first. You always do your shared vulnerability first. Okay.
Okay.
So you always want to be like, I struggled with this and I figured out something that could really help. Would you like me to share something with you that might really help for you and your family? I'm like,
Love
yeah.
it.
And then you say, great, here. It's like,
Then
and
I
then
just
give
have
them
a PDF of 5 ways to regulate your nervous system in the moment at the table.
at the table.
Okay.
And then you say, it's like, I would literally try it, but and I would be like, I would try it beforehand, but let me know. And then I would say, like, do you already know of something that, and this is like more medium to hard, like we're getting into
Okay.
it. I don't typically do this right away, but you can. Everybody can like choose their like, and if you go too hard and they don't answer, then you just come back with soft.
Ah, okay.
So it's like if you're like, hey, is there like a certain like thing that you know your aunt might say that might set you off? I can help you come up with like a trigger plan or something like that. And then they ghost you. Don't get offended. They might just forget. I if I had $1 for every DM that like I forget to respond to, I would be a rich woman. I would be well, I'm already doing very well, but like,
For
like
sure.
we would be even better. But that's the way that for me, I found to build really solid relationships with people. And then if they like don't answer, then you say, hey, just heads up, like this week we're talking all about um confidence. And it's like I'm going through different pieces of like not only what to wear, but what energy to bring to your holiday party. Like, so you could do like that as the confidence one, you know? And then it's like decision making. It's like, are you trying to figure out what to get for your family still? I've got a quick decision making protocol that can help you decide everyone's gifts in less than 30 minutes. And
And that word, protocol, right? Yes.
exactly. We give them like fun, tangible words. So they're like, oh, I get it. I see the value in this. And that gets people excited and like ready to work with you and just seeing the value that you give ahead of time.
So good. So good. I'll tell you what, with pregnancy brain and being exhausted and not feeling well, you freaking rock it, Megan. So thank you. Thank you for your energy.
Of course. And you have no idea how that much that means. Like I've had to cut back on my ADHD meds, so like I'm so
Feel
grateful
you.
for that. And I also just like do as the other thing I wanted to leave you with is do as I say, not as I do. And I've been delinquent in the DMs, and I have had to give myself a lot of grace with the newfound pregnancy and the wedding. Things have not been like this is in a perfect world. This would be great. I would do this all the time. And I have not had a perfect year, and I haven't done this as much as I would like to do. Most of the people in this Facebook group have never gotten a DM from me, and I don't want you to beat yourself up for like if you haven't been able to get to things in the Facebook group in our regular group, you are getting exactly what you need. People are signing up for consults. You've signed clients. That's really what matters, and we are going to get to this just in due time.
Thank you. You're the best. I'm gonna hop off for my
Yes,
patient. Thank
go
you
be your
so much.
patient, and I will see you soon.
Have a great week. Bye.
You too. Bye, baby. All right. I've got Shelly, and I think Jemay left. So Shelly, we're bringing. How you doing, beautiful?
Doing well.
Oh,
How
you are here. Dr. Jemay, I didn't see your hand. I'm so sorry. Well, is it like Shelly? I just called on you. Jemay said it's okay.
Are you sure? Because you could go to me.
Yeah. Okay, feel free to jump in. Janae is also in marketing systems, and we do have a call in 2 hours.
Nice.
So I
Thank
was like, I will promise if Janae, if you want some coaching, if I don't get to you in the next 14 minutes, which is less than likely, I'll get to you in the group.
My question is, my win
Give
is
your
I
win.
did my workshop yesterday and my goal was 100 registrants, but I got 89 and I was thrilled with that. Yeah.
Congratulations! And did you send more emails this time to get these people in?
No, I think what it was, because it's funny, you
You
said
literally went from
almost
50 to 90
this
almost.
exact number was I used a one-click registration instead of sending them to a landing page most of the time, so I got higher registrants. But then my show up rate was lower, of course, which I expected, so that was okay. It was 19%. And now the replay's gone out. So I'll be watching how much action, because I'm expecting now the replay will be higher viewed because so it's just an interesting kind of
Oh,
balance. So
even with ads and things like that, that has been a learning curve. Actually, I was just talking with Jill about that, about show up rates, and the average show up rate is 5 to 10%. So 19% is actually fantastic. And like, I just want you to like take a minute and like celebrate
yeah.
that, take that in. And what could I help you with?
Yeah. So usually afterward, I do a post email sequence, and
Okay.
I will do that. But I want to talk about incorporating, because another thing that helped with the registrations is I set up a Facebook event, even though I wasn't doing it on Facebook, and then Facebook let me send the invite to 500 people in my group. So
Okay.
that
Awesome.
went out. And then I messaged over 100 people in my Facebook DMs from my
Awesome.
group, and in some in Instagram too. So to get those conversations starting. And so now I'll send the emails, but I want to talk about DM's post workshop.
Yes, I have one for you, but just a really quick, I just don't want my brain to forget. If you are on Meta, combining the two, Facebook and Instagram, if you do more than 50 a day, you might get marked as a bot.
Oh, I did. I mean, I
Yep.
got through 100 and then it
And then
said
it said, don't.
no. And
Okay,
then the
yeah.
next
So,
morning I went in and I got off 15 and then it went, take a break, Speedy. And then
yep,
so like, yeah.
yep. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so
Oh, I
that is
don't.
a good clarifying thing because no, that happened to me and I almost got like in Facebook jail like permanently.
Oh,
So I would actually slow the like I would this is something for everybody. I wouldn't send any DMs tomorrow if you already tried to send some today.
haven't sent any today.
Okay, yeah, I would give it like a 48 hour just like breather and then go to like 40 emails, 40
Hmm.
DMs combined for the two of them if you can. Because
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened. Literally, why I didn't send, I like had this time set aside to message the people joining the Facebook group, and I got blocked from it. So that was one of the fun things that happened. But yeah, so just heads up, but what to say in the message is important. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure I didn't forget that.
Yeah.
Clarify. Very, very important. But like, I mean, lots of people don't have 100 people to send DMs to. So it's like, this is a great problem to have.
And I like it because there are people that then you do have a conversation with, as opposed to emails, which is not nearly as back and forthy. So no, that's why I want to not just send emails, but to have conversations now. And so do I just follow up with people and say, hey, what did you think of the workshop?
What are you saying currently? What did you say to the 100 people? What did you think of the
Um,
workshop?
I said, oh, I don't know. Something about it was a workshop invite. It was like
Yeah.
it was all
Oh, okay. It was
people that
all
I've
invite.
talked to in the past, so there
Okay.
was very little cold.
Okay. This is actually the one time we go hot. Fun fact.
Yes.
So this is for the people that are in the Facebook group, you want to send them all a message to invite them to join. Typically beforehand, you would have to start, like, you'll have to choose the 100 that you, well, 50 times 5 is 250. So you'll be able to invite like half of your Facebook group in December and then the other half in January, just based on the fact that I wouldn't necessarily, because you do a monthly webinar, I wouldn't invite all 500 every month. You could,
Okay.
I would trade weeks. So it's
Yeah.
like these 250 send in December, these 250 send in January. I would send them the workshop invite the
Mm-hmm.
week before to 250, doing 50 a day, Monday through Friday. And then what I would do is afterward, I would the other 250, like, because we're hoping that the 250 that you sent a DM to, you can do it one of two ways. So it's like 250 group A, you could send them, hey, I hope that webinar was helpful for you. Actually, I'll write this out. Hey, I hope that webinar was helpful for you. I don't know if you saw, but this month I'm offering a bonus for anyone who enrolls in the
Ah.
group, and it ends on Friday! Exclamation mark. Here's the bonus, and here's the link to sign up. Can't wait to see you there. And then I say, otherwise, I'll keep you posted about otherwise, I'll keep you posted about next month's webinar.
Mm.
And then I give them an out. So I always tell
You
people,
do.
I do. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. I'm like, if you don't want to sign up now, you can not sign up. You're gonna miss out on this bonus though. Like,
Mm.
or and like because you have a group, you could make it a one. I think I told you this maybe at some point, but to make it a call because it's a group offer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you do a group offer, like I do a double your income call. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
my bonus. So I think that yours was like the startup strategy, or like it was like
Well, right now, the bonus that's expiring Friday is a website. And then the thing that's expiring this month is the one-on-one being included. So
perfect.
I'm doing the website just for the people that registered for the workshop, but then I'm going to be emailing my whole list and the whole Facebook group posting about one-on-one is going
Finishing up.
away at the end of the month. So,
You gotta get in. And I
yeah.
would just tell them that. And so I would say like, and I'm just gonna say like 250 group A. And then so either you could send a DM to the group A people,
Mhm.
or you could swap it out and do the group B people and be say, so group A, you would send the, hey, I hope it was helpful. But notice how I'm not like, what did you think? Because within that, you don't want to like I know that y'all are busy. Like Amy, like you're moving across the country. I'm like, there is no pressure to watch the stuff. If you were there, great. But like, let's get to the real question. Do you want to join
Mm.
my group?
Oh,
And what's your
right.
group called again?
The Personal Chef Business Academy.
So good. So good. Be like, I'm not sure if you're thinking about joining the Personal Chef Business Academy. Let me put this in here. Um, the Personal Chef Business Academy. However, this is the last month to get one-on-one support if you are interested. Exclamation mark. This ends, and I would just say this ends on the last week of the month. So the website ends on Friday. For this one specifically, I would just say it ends on the 30th. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay.
There are 30 days in November, right? Or 30.
Yeah, 30.
Perfect. It ends on the 30th. Can't let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions, and here's the link to sign up. But keeping it simple. That's what I would send. Literally.
And then do you follow up with people if they don't reply, like in a week?
So
So
then, yes, but keep it general. So the I said the Personal Chef Academy. Then we want to go back, like what I was telling
Hmm.
Amy to do, and like then you go back in and but typically, so the way I do, if I were launching monthly like you, I would do nurture intro webinar, like week one,
Oh, right.
nurture webinar, week two, week three, and I'll put that on here too. Week one, nurture topic, week two, webinar invite, week three, invite, week three, program invite, week four, back to nurture topic. So what's your nurture topic for next week? Do you have one? I can help you come up with one.
No, I'll be doing content after I get this sorted.
Yeah. I was like, take your time. I was like, but like I would do something about like do you I don't know if you caught this, like it was a really quick thing that Amy said and something that I said to Amy, but it was like the nervous system regulation, like 5 things you can do at the Thanksgiving table. It's like your 5 steps, 5-step protocol. I said something like that, but like if you do things like that, like what I last week when I have the relationship based DM playbook, that was like the freebie that I gave that week.
Hmm.
Then I have different freebies that I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, hey, are you sending it's like, hey, so excited to meet you. I don't know if your DMs are dead, but like these are typically the 3 that I send to people. Do you want me to send it over your way? That would be a medium touch after I talk with them for a little bit. But like then you can start to build a relationship with the people that are in your Facebook group, just like I was telling with Amy.
Yeah.
And then you can like have a topic of the week that you're like, so they just get used to that flow of you're like, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I think value even like I know that you give value, so much value in your YouTube videos, and
Right.
third time's a charm. But it's like that I think would be exciting for them so that they get to like hear and see
Yeah.
from you ahead of time.
And what is my mind is offering? I know this
Tell
is
me what
not
your mind is offering.
helping me. The what about the people that just like ask questions constantly in Messenger and how to like move them or
It's there's an art to it. And
yeah.
you'll usually mess it up, okay? But you want them to join eventually. That's the goal. Now, there could be like the freebie seekers, and you can just love on them. But the way
Yeah.
I typically go about it, if somebody was like, hey, what should I offer? It's like I'm thinking about like pricing for my meal prep, or it's like
Hmm.
I'm choosing 3 things to do meal prep for. What would you recommend? And I would say, hey, here's a video that I have that's all about meal prep. It's like the way I would do it is I would do like a vegetarian option, a gluten-free option, and I'm totally making this up, and
Yeah,
like
yeah, no, I
no
get it.
option. I don't know. But I'm like, these are the typically like the 3 that I have is like just like a a baseline for the week, and then I would move on from there. But it's like depending, it's like tell me a little bit more about your business. It's like, have you started it? Are you looking to scale it? And then I would like ask them more questions from there, and I'd be like, okay, well, I honestly like based on what you're telling me, I really do feel like you would be a great fit for.
There it is, that transition. That's what I do. I can do first base and I can do like third base and I can't like hit the
You just
okay.
gotta ask them a little bit more, get them to know.
Yeah.
And I would be like, when I first started out, I didn't even know, I didn't even have 3, so that's totally fine. But where are you at right now? Have you made any money yet? Do you have any clients yet? Oh, you don't have any clients? Again, everybody's got to start somewhere. I started there too back in 2020. Do you want to have some clients by the end of the year? Okay, it's like, I do think that that's absolutely reasonable. I was just talking with Jenny in the group yesterday, and she just signed her first client literally last week. So just based on what you've told me, I do think you would be a good fit for the Personal Chef Business Academy. I would love to have you a part of this group. Let me know if you're interested or if you want more information, and I can send it to you. And they usually, but then they might be like, not right now. And you can say, okay, that's totally fine. It's like, I'll tell you
Yeah.
about the next thing. And then you tell them about the next thing and be like, again, based on like just totally up to you, but feel free if you want to keep coming. I am loving having you. And also, we should probably like Just again, you just let me know when you're ready to take that next step.
Yeah.
But then they don't feel pressure, but you also aren't like just answering questions all day in the DMs.
Right.
That's annoying. And you just want to get like more question, like have more questions that people are at, like just keep asking them questions about themselves and give them like a smidge, but like not too much. I'm giving you
Mhm.
guys way more than I would typically do in the DMs, obviously, but like I would give like if somebody was like, "Hey, Megan, I'm launching every month. How would I go about it?" And I would say like, "Oh, I typically do 2 weeks of nurture, 1 week of invite, and 1 week of program. How do you typically currently launch?" And be like, "Okay, well, what's your price point? How has it worked for you so far? Do you like how are your webinar registrants? Have you tried this?" Okay, if I were you, I would think about this, but I don't know if you knew this, but I actually run a mastermind where we talk about this like all the time. And I would love to like maybe even look at your webinar. I would like that's what I do in that program. Let me know if you want more information about it, but I would love to actually like audit your webinar, audit your emails. Like I could just do more there. But again, no pressure. But I keep it very, very like the ball's in your court
Conversational.
too. Yeah, conversational.
Awesome.
Disarming. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Basically, like I
Very.
think, and then you could do either group A, you do the webinar invite and the consult, or the not consult, the group invite all in 1 month, and then in January do group B, or you could do group A, you invite to the webinar, group B, you invite to the program.
Mhm.
Just depends.
Gotcha.
But I'm excited for you. And like, well, and also, what's your goal for this launch? 10? Did you say?
Mhm.
Is it 10?
Yes, you're awfully alert for saying you have pregnancy brain since I didn't
We're trying.
I didn't remember that, but yes, that's my yeah.
We got 10 people. I know that there are 10 people out there that want to be a personal chef. I think I've shared this with you. Like, that is like my goal retirement job. Like, I love cooking. And I literally like I don't know if that would actually be something that I would want to do, but I just like I love to cook. Like I literally started a Facebook page called Meals and Moves with Megan, and I talked about like yoga that I was doing and the meals I was cooking each week. Like
Nice.
literally went there pre-coaching. I knew I always wanted to do something, but I was like, literally, I love what you do, and I'm excited for all these people to join.
Me too.
Who doesn't want also like an awesome side income doing something you like?
Yeah, right.
It's a good call. I bet that I wonder if the pricing also in your webinar title also brought in more people this time.
I think, yeah, I'd be focusing on getting clients. It's interesting because that's very advanced in starting a business.
Mhm.
Yet, when I asked at the beginning, if you haven't started yet, drop a one. If you've started and need your first
Did
couple,
that.
drop a two. And if you already have a business and have clients, but you just need more, better, more consistent. And so many people were ones. I thought that was really interesting because usually I do a how to start your business where it kind of goes through all the basics. So that was interesting. And I still taught too much, but
Yeah, it's okay. Getting better every time. But I just realized that I have a client right now. So I need to go and pop off. But I love you guys dearly. Jamae, I will see you in an hour, and I will see everybody else next week.
all right. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.